you're new to the channel, I do Facebook lives, and now I'm trying the Instagram live at the same time. So we're doing Free Tarot Friday, where we go, every sign in the zodiac will get a chance to be read. And we're going to start with Aries and go all the way through Pisces. So hi, everybody. So cool. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Let's start just by taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling the energy out. If you've had a hectic morning, if it's been crazy or different, just taking a minute to set aside what we think we know and just kind of shake the energy out, setting aside what we think we know about how the weekend might go, so we can see what's in everybody's best and highest good, of course, and starting with Aries. So clearing the deck for Aries. All right, what is it that we could offer Aries for the weekend ahead? It is Friday, isn't it? Right? All right. Okay. So Aries, we've got a Four of Coins, an Ace of Wands, a Two of Swords reversed. So some of you Aries, of course, these readings are meant for entertainment. They're not going to fit everybody all the time. So take what resonates and leave the rest. But the Four of Coins is the first card that we get for our Aries friends. And this is a little bit, this is like when you're feeling financially a little bit insecure, where things are getting a little bit tight. And you're excited because you're trying something new. It's about to be Aries season, right? It's about to be your time to shine here. So you're ready. It's almost like you're making a move. You could be going across country. You could be starting a new endeavor. You could be looking for a new job. And I just am wanting to acknowledge that there's a lot of stress behind the newness. You know, usually you're really great at jumping in and doing new things, but this Two of Swords reverse to me means that you kind of feel backed into a corner about the decision. So it's like, yeah, all this fun newness would be great, but it's almost like you were forced to make that decision as opposed to choosing for it naturally in some way. So Aries, look, here's a card of clarification for you. We get the Six of Swords. And this is about just putting your energy in the right direction. This is when we're looking down and the water's crazy and it's all sad, but we really have the opportunity to just look forward. So Aries, this is an opportunity. You know, in April, we get the new moon in your sign, in Aries on the 11th. And this is the time to make new beginnings. This is the new moon, the sign of new beginnings, Aries. This is an awesome time for you to actually just leave whatever didn't work behind you and truly be able to let go and move forward. Okay, awesome. So we're going to clear the deck for Taurus. Clearing the deck for Taurus and just seeing what's available for the energy of the weekend for our Taurus friends. Clearing for Taurus. All right, we got some jumpers. We got the Justice card, flew right out. Also the Sun card, awesome. So if something has been unfair, Taurus, it looks like things are going to go your way. If you have been in judgment, if you have been too judgmental, or if somebody has been kind of harsh to you, this is the time when you just want to step back and let things kind of take their course. You don't want to interfere with the karma. You just want to watch and be like, well, yep, that is not fair. And you do want to stand up for what's yours, right? You want to stand up and guard your territory, but you don't want to be overly dramatic about it or overly concerned with how there's an imbalance of power going on at some level. You want to be your conscience clear so that when it's the end of the day, you can feel like, okay, you know what? I did my very, very best, right? I did my best, and the cards are going to fall where they may. Ultimately, it does look like you get your wish because we get the Sun card. So if any of you Taurus have been down or not feeling great, the Sun card is a win. This is a yes. This is ultimate strength and vitality. This is a good time to get outside and feel what it's like to be alive. You know what I mean? And just, again, similar to Aries, just put down this, whatever happened this week at work, we're going to let it go and enjoy some time in the sun. Get some vitamin D. Okay, Taurus? All right. So clearing now for Gemini. Thank you guys for the patience. I'm looking at you Instagram and you Facebook, and I'll get it sorted out to simulcast by next week. And you YouTube, you YouTube will get the replay later. All right, clearing for Gemini. Thanks everybody for being here. Awesome. All right, let's clear the deck for Gemini. Okay, the moon. All right, we also get the King of Swords. And some clarification here. All right, so Gemini, it looks like you're kind of there's like a big decision coming, okay? Something that's very heavy weighing on you, and kind of the weight of not knowing is getting a little bit old. You know what I mean? So this mysterious decision, it actually doesn't have to be made right now. It just feels like it's getting old. It's weighing on you. You've been really patient with the unknown, but it's just kind of time. Like you'd like to get a little bit of stability under here. Like you're comfortable living up here in the realm of the unknown, but ultimately you are kind of craving some of this stability and clarity that comes when the decision has been made. So they're wanting to acknowledge that a decision has not been made on your behalf, and it's just frustrating. It just feels like gloomy, unfair, not worth fighting about because you can't do anything. It's like maybe you sent in some lab work and it's not worth worrying about because you don't know how it's going to come back yet. Or you've got a big decision at work and it's not worth worrying about because you don't know, you can't control it. You know what I mean? So this is the whole reading for Gemini is about not worrying what you can't control and just focusing on what you can control, which is your spiritual connection. You know, your spiritual connection to your highest self. Taking some time this weekend to unplug from the drama or intensity of all of these unknown factors that seem to be controlling some of your lives, and just plugging back into yourself. This is a time where you do need some time alone in nature, where it's not all about like bouncing around from activity to activity and project to project. I do want to encourage you to spend a little time unplugging. Okay, so we're going to clear the deck, making sure everything's still working. Awesome. We're going to clear the deck for Cancer. So let's clear the deck for Cancer. This is the card that fell out. I'll let it stay. Just shuffling, taking a deep breath in, knowing that you can take what resonates and leave the rest, that you're in free will to make it a great weekend for yourselves. All right, clearing for Cancer. What is it that Cancer needs to know for the weekend ahead? All right. So Cancers, all right, it's like hard work, but it ends in good news. So 8 of Coins, guys, Cancers, and then 8 of Swords. So we got 2 eights of 8s here. And to me, this means like there's a lot of decisions that you feel stuck about. You know, it's like this is when we're a prisoner of our own making, and we just feel stuck in our decision process, and it feels like hard work, and it just feels like, ugh, you know, the weight of working and decision making. It's almost like you wish that there was somebody there to help make decisions so that it could lighten the load a little bit for you. I do want to acknowledge that maybe you and your partner aren't on the same page about something. We got the Lovers card reversed here. If you're not partnered, it could be that your own internal justice system, just something doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Something is not in agreement, something doesn't feel right, and it's just affecting your mojo basically, right? We do have the Knight of Coins, and so it could be that it's about a money issue, you know, that you guys are having. The Knights are the novices. Finally, guys, I was teaching, you know, I'm teaching at McLennan Community College, and I'm teaching psychic development, tarot, and astrology. And in my tarot class, I was like, guys, we have to come up with a better way, because if I say that the Knights are immature one more time, I'm going to get kicked off of all of the tarot clubs, you know. And finally somebody was like, use the word novice. I'm like, that's perfect, that's exactly what it's kind of like greenhorn energy. So Cancers, what's happening is that we're being kind of immature or novice like, or not really smart with our finances. That's what that card is about. And then ultimately comes the Chariot. This is about moving forward. It can be a literal move. It can be packing boxes. It can be getting a new car. It can be going forward on a journey. It can be making a decision. So ultimately, it's like lose all this drama behind it, because ultimately we do need to make a decision and just move forward. So if any of you guys are having individual questions about that, like what decisions that you're needing to make, then of course April and Jennifer and I would love to read for you at Wise Skies. And if any of you happen to be in Waco, we are going to have a booth at a metaphysical fair, and it looks so fun. I can't wait to go. It's going to be April 11th, and we'll be outside, and we'll be at the Wise Skies booth. But you can also book with us at the services tab at wiseskiescollective.com. Okay, enough of that. Let's clear for Leo. Let's clear the deck for Leo. Just connecting in with the white liquid light, the love of creation, and the infinite wisdom in the field where all things are possible. Just see what it is that Leos need to hear. Any Leos watching for some weekend advice or guidance? Clearing for Leos. All right. We get the Two of Wands, the Seven of Coins reverse, the Hangman reverse, the Strength card reverse. All right, Leo, it's like it's taking everything in you to not like, and go forward. You got the Two of Wands, and so this is like instill you yearn. So you kind of want to question yourself. Would you be happy with option A? Would you be happy with option B? Would you really not be happy with either? Because no matter where you go, there you are. So I do feel this sense of urgency, restlessness, discontent, feeling like you're behind. You're not actually behind. You're right where you're supposed to be. That's one of the 7 axioms of our yoga practice, right, at Del Sol, is that you're always right where you're supposed to be, Leo. So if you feel like the grass is greener and you've got an itch and you're ready to go somewhere, just know that you're actually right where you're supposed to be, and no matter where you go, there you are, right? We've got the Hanged Man reversed, which means the waiting period is over. You're about to not be in limbo for much longer. So if you can get through this weekend patiently with grace, without erupting and exploding. Why? Because we've got the Strength card backwards. So I think there's going to be some tendencies for you to be more volatile, and so if you've got some pent up emotions, or if you're built up about something, making sure that you've got a healthy outlet to explore that, to get outside and do something physical and explore and like exert that energy, so those emotions don't stay stocked up and held back and repressed, right? Maybe I'll get my words by halfway through. So Leos, I do want to acknowledge that there's some generosity going on. And so if you're the generous one, if you're like, sure, you can come over to dinner, and then they eat everything and then secretly are mad about it, this is just like a generosity check. If you're like, sure, I'll give you a free haircut, but then they don't post it on their Instagram and you're secretly mad about it. Or it's like, sure, you can stay over, and then they never leave and you're like secretly mad. This is just a generosity check for you, Leo. Are you a cheerful giver? Are you giving because you want to give without strings attached? Or are you secretly expecting something in return that is kind of getting your goat? You know what I mean? So this is a big warning for you, and I hope it reaches somebody that needs it and they get a chance to cool off, wind down before they get too bent out of shape, right? Okay, Leo North Node, I know what that feels like. All right, let's clear the deck for Virgo. Let's clear the deck for Virgo and see what the Virgos need to hear for the weekend ahead. Just getting some good shuffles in so that we get accurate advice and wisdom from the cosmic counselors. Clearing the deck for Virgo. Seeing what it is our Virgo friends need to hear. All right. All right, Virgo, looking like you have so many decisions that you get into analysis paralysis. The Seven of Cups, this is generally a positive card because it means there's a lot of different ways things could go. This is the choose your own adventure card, but sometimes it feels like I don't want to choose my own adventure, just help me narrow it down. So this is maybe a weekend for you to narrow some things down. I want you Virgos to take some options off of the table. I want you Virgos to minimalize or streamline something that makes your life easier, so that there's not so much out there like riding on your decisions or all the options that are available. Just take something off of the table for now, for this weekend, to lighten things up. And that might be an emotional experience for you to take something off of the table, because just like that Leo energy, it's like instill you yearn. There's so much that you want to do with this human life. You know what I mean? There's so much that you'd like to accomplish and get done, and you want to get your garden organized, and you want to get the closet cleaned out, and you want to do some spring cleaning, and you want to hang out with your friends, and you want to get some acupuncture. You know what I mean? Like, you want to do all these things, but yet you're torn, you're pulled in two directions. And so that's why I'm saying I really think if you will take something off the table and give yourself plenty of room to be able to do whatever you want instead of your checklist, what you have to do. You know what I mean? All right, nice. Let's clear the deck for after Virgo, Libra. Let's clear for Libra. Okay, let me get some good shuffles in. Everybody send the Libras some good vibes. Just taking a deep breath in if you're a Libra watching. Relaxing the inner ear, relaxing the base of the throat, relaxing the shoulders down, beginning to be more receptive. Okay. Libras, the Four of Swords is what jumped out. Let's get some clarity. All right, the Empress reversed, the Ace of Coins reversed. So it looks like it was set up for to be like a weekend of rest, and it looks like maybe you don't get that. You know, maybe you planned on kind of a holiday weekend, but it doesn't look like it's just gonna be super smooth and easy and sleeping in. It's like, oh, the jackhammer starts at 8 or something, it wakes you up, or the coffee shop's out of the right kind of coffee that you like, or whatever. It just feels like disrupted sleep in some ways. I don't want to put that out there for you guys, so just make sure that you have plenty of time to actually rest and recover, because it doesn't seem like, if your plan is to rest and recover, it doesn't seem like that's gonna go down like that. Better to be a deliverer of truth than one of, you know, pure optimism, right? So Libras, we also have the Empress reverse, the Ace of Coins reverse. This is everything just slowing down. This is being on island time and not really wanting to be. The Empress is about pregnancy and fertility, and so when it's reversed like this, this can just mean like, again, delays in things that are starting. We've got that new moon in Aries coming up on April 11th, and so maybe some of your projects that you have planned for the spring are just not quite like ready to start at the same speed that you are. It could be that there's a new financial project, same thing, that is just, it's like ready to go, but you were gonna launch, but now you gotta wait for a couple other kinks to get ironed out. And this might cause you some stress. So if you've got a heads up around it, if you're like, yeah, my weekend was gonna be restful, and now I know that it's not, because look, I've got some delays and some other things coming up for me, then you can have peace of mind. You know, you can reduce or rework your expectations, right? To be in the flow of divine right timing and not the timing that I had mapped out or that I had chosen, just trusting that divine right timing is far more intelligent, Tetris together perfectly, you know, all of those things better than what we could have ever planned on our own. So this is a this is a spread of really taking a step back and asking the Creator to enter your day, enter your weekend, so that you don't get in planning control mode, where it's like there's a tendency for your expectations to be down. Does that make sense? I'm getting confused because I'm new to Instagram Live. I'm sorry. And there's all kinds of requests going on that I don't know how to manage. So let's clear the deck for Scorpios. Let's clear the deck for Scorpios. Let's set aside what we think we know so that we can have a clear reading. No shuffling just happened. Let's try that again. All right, a clear reading for Scorpios watching. That one wants to jump out. All right. Clearing the deck for Scorpios, giving us Scorpios some clear advice and guidance, clarity for the weekend ahead, so that we can move forward with peace and confidence, feeling that we've been seen by the unseen world. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, Scorpio, you've got the Six of Swords reversed. So the Six of Swords upright is when we really need a change of perspective. We're looking in the wrong way. But when the Six of Swords is reversed, right, that, you know, you do have a clear vision. You are looking in the direction that you want to go. And so just having confidence and faith in yourself that, you know, you're going down the path that you're looking at. You know what I mean? Like you're going straight forward. You're not being wishy-washy. You're not telling the universe one thing and expecting another. This is a card of continuing to stay sure-footed, even when it's rocky ground, even when you feel like you're the only one, you know, even when you feel alone or isolated or interfered with, right? Like all of these wands, he's feeling interfered with and he's having to back everybody off, but at the same time, there's like that martyr where it's like, I have to do all the work, you know what I mean? So we don't want to go into that zone. We just want to stay clean and clear and focused on the path ahead, right? We've got the Four of Cups and the Empress here reversed. So just like Libras, Scorpios, you might have a project that you wanted to start and it's just slower than you had in mind. That's not a big deal. Just don't let it break your heart or make you sad. and stay focused on the path ahead. Here's the High Priestess, okay? And this is a card of spending some time reconnecting to your source creator, reconnecting to the mystery schools, the hidden wisdom, reconnecting to like the sacred texts, you know what I mean? Listening to the chants and the old like mystical music, right? Like this is about getting your feet in the dirt and spending some time under the stars and really contemplating life and wondering, you know, how can it get any better than this? You know, staying curious, right? Staying curious to the mysteries of life, Scorpio. All right, let's clear for Sagittarius. Let's clear the deck for Sagittarius. Any Sagittarius watching? Clearing for Sag. All right. Any Sages watching can just take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. You're just beginning to visualize that white liquid light coming down all around you and relaxing into a state of receptivity. Clearing the deck for Sagittarius. Okay. Very interesting. Pretty much the same reading as Scorpio here, right? There's a few differences. The first card here is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is reversed. And to me, this means the worst is over, that you've been going through a really hard time and you're just done. You know, you're just done going through the hard time. You're just not going to create it. You're not going to have it. You're not going to put up with it. You're just over it, right? The Ten of Swords. Mentally checked out. And then it's like the same as the Scorpio reading. You know exactly what you want. So just keep going forward. Just keep going forward down the path. No more wishy-washiness, right? Just being honest and clear and telling the universe exactly your hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals and moving forward in that direction. It does feel like you're being interfered with. It feels like you against the world at sometimes. And you too need to get outside and explore nature and stay curious about the magic of the natural world. You know, the magic of the divine order. And really just both Sagittarius and Scorpio adopting a certain humility, you know, a certain love of life and reconnecting to that string that creates your breath, that attaches your breath to the breather of life, you know, contemplating all the deeper things, right? Sagittarius, you also have a Two of Coins, so you do have a financial decision to make, something that has been maybe bugging you, look, yeah, Two of Swords reverse. So I know, Sag, you feel backed into a corner, up against a wall, and I know that you're going to make a decision that's best for you, so you know, just check in with your inner child, check in with the little Sagittarius that's deep down in there, and make a decision that honors them, that where they feel loved and taken care of, and that everything is going to be steady and secure for them. That's what I can tell you, unless you want to do a private reading with me or Rachel or April or Jennifer through Wise Skies, right? So there's our teaser. We offer astrology, mediumship, and tarot. We have some really talented intuitives on the Wise Skies team right now. And you can read all about us at wiseskiescollective.com. Let's clear the deck for Capricorn. Just clearing the deck for Capricorn. Having some clear guidance and advice for the Capricorn's weekend ahead. Okay. If any of you guys are in my class and watching for the first time, I'm so glad you're here. You're doing really great work. So Capricorn, 9 of Cups, you get your wish. It's all happening. It might not look like the way that you had in mind, but you are getting your wish. You know, your knight has arrived, the Knight of Wands. There's somebody that's supporting you, that's come to action, that's showing up at your house with a casserole, that's, you know, that's taking you out for dinner, that's calling you when you need them the most. There's some element of support in you getting your wish, okay? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth, you know, continue to say thank you. You're working on becoming more and more self-sufficient, so you don't want to use the people that are offering their help, but you do want to stay on that path, on the journey of being self-sufficient and saying thank you, keeping a gratitude list. It looks like that there's just a huge deep level of compassion that you're experiencing. Somebody out there in your life is giving you a whole lot of compassion, love, experience, strength, and hope. You know what I mean? And so being able to accept that is sometimes hard. You know, at the end of yoga, when we're at the end of our class and it's like, oh yay, we're done, and then we send the metta out into the world and we're like sending it that way. Sometimes it's so hard to sit and receive and for the energy to come this way, you know. And for you, Capricorn, it's like the energy's coming this way, so let's say thank you. Let it, you know, really receive it with grace and gratitude and humility. Okay, and we're going to clear after Capricorn comes. Who's after Capricorn? 10, 11, Aquarius. So clearing the deck for Aquarius, just getting some ideas for which Aquarius needs some extra guidance, something that would help them unlock this weekend in a way where they feel supported, seen, and heard by the unseen. The infinite intelligence from the other side, just let it radiate through me. Let me be a good channel for you guys. Literally, but also, you know, here in my body. Clearing for Aquarius. All right. Woo! Aquarius, it looks like you're overcoming a broken heart, something that really pissed you off, that set you back, that you didn't see coming, you know, that you are just not super into. Like there's something that's just really been like, ugh, I can't believe they acted like that, or I didn't want to see that side of that person. You know what I mean? It could be a death, it could be a mini death, it could be a breakup, it could be a mini breakup, you know what I mean? But at some level, something has you just stepping back and being like, no, ouch, Yet, we've got the 10 of coins over here. So everything's fine, guys. We've got the King of coins over here, right? You're being financially responsible. You're being given more territory. And so the real question is, how do you want to be responsible for this new territory that you've been given, Aquarius? Your territory is expanding, you know what I mean? And continues to expand. And so the question really is like, what kind of steward do you want to be with your finances, with your stability, with your resources, with your network, with your connections, whatever you have, right? Like maybe not all the Aquarius watching are being blessed financially. It's not even the point. It's whatever you have, you've been given more of, and how do you want to be a good steward of that? How quickly can we step back from the things that feel icky and move forward with the things that we've been gifted with humility and gratitude? Okay, and last but not least, we've got Pisces. Guys, if you're new to Wise Skies, I always post this up on YouTube. And the April forecast is out, so if you're wondering what's going on with the April astrology and numerology, that's up on YouTube. It's also at wiseskiescollective.com. April podcast is out. If you're a podcast person, you can listen to all the updates there. And let's see, digital astrology calendar, always. If you don't have the digital astrology calendar yet, there's still plenty of year ahead to use it to your advantage, to see the curveballs and the windows of opportunity. There's a free version on the calendar page each month, and then there's an option to buy it, to download it to your device. So it will travel with you in any time zone, and it's downloadable to any device. All right. So last but not least, Pisces. Let's clear the deck for Pisces. Big day for our Pisces. Okay, so many things falling out. We also get, look, Pisces. Oh, you've got your feelings hurt too. There was something that just happened recently that, you know, you're getting over a period that has been kind of heartbreaking for you. Like maybe your job was closed all during COVID, and it's just like, you know, you're tired of it. It's healing. It's smoothing over. There's a salve on it. Maybe there's something that a situation that was just pulling at your heart for a long time, you know, and your heart is so tender and sensitive. Like here's the 3 of Cups. I don't love that with this heartbreaking situation. You could have been the heartbreaker, but it looks like there's too many cooks in the kitchen, if you know what I mean. There's too many people involved at some level, and that's driving you a little bit crazy. So Pisces, for better or worse, learning healthy boundaries, right? We've got the Queen of Swords, and she's known as the mother-in-law card in some traditions, and she has to draw the line somewhere. You know what I mean? She's got to draw the line somewhere. And so this is uncomfortable for you, but you do need to draw the line somewhere, Pisces. It looks like you can do that compassionately with your biggest heart, but you do have to politely decline something that just is not working for you anymore. And also, we've got all things in moderation, right? So don't completely blow a gasket, Pisces. It's like all things in moderation, okay? Going slow. This is the card also of detoxing, of purification, of drinking water, right? Not booze. Of eating vegetables, right? Not meat, dairy, gluten, all the things that clog us up and continue bad vibes. You know what I mean? So this is a card of clearing things up, drinking water, asking to remember your dreams so that you can understand what you're being taught during night school. And this is really stepping back from a tempting situation, Pisces. So I hope some of you guys understand that. It's about stepping back from a tempting situation and standing up for yourself, not against the other man, speaking your truth with love, light, blessings, sending blessings to the people that you might be having a hard conversation with. You know what I mean? There are ways we can be responsible with our own heart and the hearts of others. All right. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. And until we get to work together again, namaste. All right.